और अब मैं आगे बुलाना चाहूंगी एक ऐसे नेता को जिसको हम सब बहुत सुनना चाहते हैं, हमारे स्पेशल गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर डॉक्टर लोपसांग सांगे, फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट सेंट्रल टिबेटन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, फर्स्ट सेक्योंग ऑफ द सेंट्रल टिबेटन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, यानी कि प्रधानमंत्री रहे हैं। और लोपसांग सांगे के बारे में मैं आपको बता दूं कि वो बहुत ही एक प्रोमिनेंट शख्सियत रहे हैं टिबेटन कम्युनिटी में। लोपसांग सांगे हैज बीन अ वेरी प्रोमिनेंट फिगर इन द टिबेटन कम्युनिटी. He is an accomplished scholar, is an activist and politician, and as the president of the Central Tibetan Administration, he has played a pivotal role in advocating for the rights and freedom of the Tibetans. With a remarkable background and dedication to the cause, Sange's journey is one that inspires and captivates, making him an influential voice in the global arena. Dr. Lobsang Sange, हम सुनना चाहेंगे आपके अनुभव, आपके तजुर्बे और आपका पूरा राजनीतिक सफर। स्वागत है आपका।
Thank you. Honorable Venkata Naidu ji, Sumitra Mahajan ji, Honorable Meera Kumar ji, Shivraj Patil ji, Honorable Speakers, Honorable MLAs and MLCs from all over India. Yesterday I was chief guest in a panel, and many of the MLAs and MLCs were complaining that we must have a session of at least 45 days or 60 days so that MLAs and MLCs could participate and make executive accountable. By today's morning presence, yesterday was Friday night, today is Saturday morning, your presence, your attendance shows that even if you're given 90 days or 120 days session a year, you will have full attendance. I hope the speakers will notice, and local assembly will have 60 to 90 day sessions a year. I am a Tibetan. Presently, I'm a senior fellow and lecturer at Harvard Law School. But as introduced, I'm a Tibetan. And I have worked with His Holiness the Dalai Lama for 10 years as the Prime Minister of Government Exile. As you know, His Holiness Dalai Lama says he is a son of India because he spent most of his life in India. But as a Tibetan, we also say I'm from a land of Shiv Bhagwan and Mansarovar too. So we are refugee here, but I think Shiv Bhagwan and Mansarovar is in Tibet. So on behalf of all the Tibetans, I want to extend my greeting, and also would like to congratulate Rahul Karat and Vishwanath Karat ji for hosting this event, an unprecedented, historic event, where when we met a year ago, I never thought that such a gathering would be possible. But this is a very, very successful event, and I want to congratulate MIT, all the staff members and volunteers for making this event a grand success. Also, Vishwanath ji as a teacher, he is, I think, always testing me. This morning I found out that my name is among the speakers. Thoda heran ho gaya. So I hope I'll pass the test this morning. The agenda or the issues yesterday Honorable Meera Kumar ji mentioned, which is also listed in the programs, are casteism, criminalization, communalism, corruption, colonial mindset and climate change. 6 C's ko kaise challenge kare? How do we confront this? To challenge this or confront these 6 C's, I would propose 3 K's: karma, karuna, and karam. If you think this is your karma to be MLA and MLCs, if you have karuna in your heart, आपका कर्म, आपका कर्तव्य, आपका काम क्या होगा? जनता का सेवा. Because the priorities are wrong. Why we have all these problems? Number one, people elect you. But once elected, people started thinking about individual, my own interests, or my faction's interests, group interests, party's interests. Nation interests come later, and people's interests come last. If you think, if you have karuna in your heart, if you have compassion in your heart, first you will think of people who elected you. Then you will think of nation. Then only think of your party. Then think of your group. Then your individual interests. So, to be a leader, You all must think it's your good karma. I was in the session yesterday. Some MLAs and MLCs were complaining, हम तो छोटा MLA है, हम मिनिस्टर नहीं है, हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते, हम तो ऑपोजिशन में है. I have been to 30 so countries. I have met member of parliament from Australia, Sweden, Norway, America, Canada. सब वही कहते हैं. I'm just a member of parliament. हम मंत्री नहीं है. When you go to, and then you go to, you say, I'm not in the ruling party, I'm in the opposition. But when you go to the ruling party MP, he will say, no, I'm not in the Foreign Relations Committee. When you meet the MP of the Foreign Relations Committee, he will say, I'm not an MP, I'm not a chairman of the committee. When you go to meet the chairman, I say, I'm not the foreign minister. When you go to meet the foreign minister, they will say, I'm not the prime minister or president. Everybody thinks I'm lower than you are. Actually, आप लोग MLA, MLC है, आप लोग तो लाखों में से एक है. लाखों people elect you. आपका कर्मा है. This is very fortunate. आप तो भारत में हम लोग कहते हैं we have 3 करोड़ भगवान. MLA, MLC तो सिर्फ 4,000 है. आप तो भगवान से भी कीमती है. तो हमें सोच बदलना चाहिए, क्योंकि गांधी जी ने कहा है, आप जो सोचते हो कहेंगे, वो कहेंगे करेंगे. ये आपका हैबिट हो जाएंगे, कैरेक्टर हो जाएंगे, वो डेस्टिनी हो जाएंगे. जो सोचते हैं अब बन जाते हैं. आप सोचते हैं हम MLA कुछ भी नहीं है, आप कुछ भी नहीं होंगे. हम सोचते हैं कि MLA है, भगवान से भी मैं कम हूं, ये तो मेरा करिश्मा है, लाखों में से एक हूं. तो सोचने से आपका कहना भी होगा, करने भी हुई होता है. ये कॉलोनियल माइंडसेट हो गया. One thing is to get rid of colonial mindset. Why do we have to talk of colonialism now? Britain colonized India. The present Prime Minister of Britain is the Indian guy. है कि नहीं? सबसे ताकतवर देश, most powerful country in the world is America. Vice President of America is an Indian woman. Still we talk of colonial mindset. हमें कब्जा किया, ये किया, वो ताकतवर है. हमारे लोग Fortune 500 कंपनीज का कितने CEOs, कितने प्रेसिडेंट कौन है? इंडियंस है. यहां पे कहते हम लोग कुछ नहीं है, कॉलोनियल माइंडसेट है. तो आप कर्मा है, करुणा होना चाहिए, और आपका काम और कर्तव्य निकल जाएंगे. क्योंकि फॉर एग्जाम्पल कास्टिज्म बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. कल विश्वनाथ कारक जी कहा, साइंटिफिकली इज प्रूवन. हमारा ब्लड टेस्ट कर चुका है. All our blood being tested. 99.9% of our blood is exactly same. Upper caste हो, lower caste हो, American हो, European हो, Asian हो, जो भी हो, blood 99.9% of all our blood is same. हमारा brain same है, हमारा organ same है. Where is the difference? और corruption क्यों आता है? Because you think of your interest first. Your family's interest first, then your group's interest first, और पार्टी का इंटरेस्ट, क्योंकि इलेक्शन जीतना है उसमें पैसा चाहिए. That's how it comes. पर आपके दिल में करुणा है, सोचते कि जनता के लिए सेवा करने के इलेक्ट हुआ है, तो जनता will be first, country will be second. So if you change your mindset, you are very powerful people. You can change the nation. Now, colonial climate change, it's a problem for the whole world. By 2030, in 7 years' time, food, energy, and water will be less than what is being produced now, what is being available now. 2030 is the turning point. पानी कम, खाना कम, एनर्जी कम, सारे देश में. अभी next year, more people in the world, half the countries in the world, will have lack of drinking fresh water. Half the countries in the world, अगले साल से कम होने वाला. अभी there are so many villages around the world where they don't have drinking water on a daily basis. So climate change is real. We are confronted with that. So unless we all come together, unite, and fight this climate change, we are not going to make changes in the whole world. I would like to conclude by saying, because the morale of the elected members are so low, ये सिर्फ इंडिया नहीं है. If you look at the polls in America, the poll of American Congress is around 30-some%. जनता का विश्वास नहीं है, यूरोप में भी विश्वास नहीं है. Almost all the countries, maybe bearing some exceptions, most of the parliaments have the trust and the confidence of the people for less than 50%. इसलिए in the whole world since 2020, since the year 2000, more countries are becoming non-democratic. If you have studied the Freedom House Index, more countries are becoming non-democratic, more autocratic. तो सोचने लगता है डेमोक्रेसी इज नॉट वर्किंग, ये लोग बात ही करते कुछ काम ही नहीं करते. सो लेट्स गो फॉर पॉपुलिज्म, लेट्स गो फॉर ऑथोरिटेरियनिज्म. इसलिए ऑथोरिटेरियन लीडर्स आर इंक्रीजिंग एवरी ईयर. तो सोचते ये स्ट्रांग मैन आ जाए तो सब प्रॉब्लम खत्म कर देंगे. नहीं, यूक्रेन का वॉर इसलिए हुआ, पहले ऑथोरिटेरियन आया और इन्वेड कर दिया, ग्लोबल डिजास्टर हो गया. So authoritarianism is a threat to democracy. So we all need to have a mindset and confidence that democracy is the best available system we have. We all must unite, work together for the poor, for sick, for old people, and for climate change, and beat authoritarian system. India's model is development with democracy. China's model is development without democracy. उनका मॉडल देखने बहुत है. There are many countries they are saying we will take development without democracy, but we must prove, हमारा भारत महान है तो we must prove development with democracy. जो हमारे पास है वो सफलता होंगे. And by 2047 that model should prevail around the world. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat, Jai Tibet, Jai Jagat.
Thank you so much. That was so beautifully put. और आपके लिए एक मंत्र हम सब के लिए, कर्म, करुणा और काम, इसको हम याद रखेंगे. एंड लाइक वेरी राइटली यू सेड, डेवलपमेंट विद डेमोक्रेसी, दैट शुड बी द फोकस. एंड दिस इज व्हाई वी आर ऑल हियर टुगेदर टू स्ट्रेंथन डेमोक्रेसी. दैट्स व्हाट दिस प्लेटफॉर्म इज ट्राइंग टू डू. इसके आगे मैं इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी, आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी